A chatbot can answer your questions. An AI agent can book your flight, check your calendar, send the confirmation to your email, and add the trip to your expense tracker, all from a single request. That's not science fiction. That's the difference between a parrot that repeats patterns and a system that actually thinks, plans, and acts. Most developers confuse these two concepts, and that confusion leads to building the wrong tool for the job. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what makes an agent, and you'll never look at ChatGPT the same way again. Let's start with what most people build when they say they're building AI. They take an LLM, wrap it in an API, add a chat interface, and call it a day. User sends a message, model generates a response, conversation continues. This is a chatbot. It's reactive. It waits for input, processes that single input, and returns output. There's no goal beyond answering the current message, no plan, no ability to go do something in the world. It's extraordinarily useful, but it's fundamentally limited. An AI agent breaks this loop. Instead of just responding, it pursues goals. Give an agent a complex task, research competitors, and draft a market analysis report. And it doesn't just generate text about market analysis, it decides what information it needs, figures out how to get that information, executes multiple steps, evaluates its progress, adjusts its approach, and delivers a result. The agent has autonomy. It makes decisions. It acts in the world. Every true AI agent has 4 core capabilities that chatbots lack. First, planning. The ability to break a goal into subtasks and sequence them. Second, tool use. The ability to call external functions, APIs, and services. Third, memory. Not just conversation history, but persistent knowledge that spans sessions. Fourth, reflection. The ability to evaluate its own outputs and correct mistakes. Remove any one of these, and you've got something less than a full agent. Let's examine each one. When you ask an agent to find me the best laptop under 50,000 rupees for programming, a chatbot just generates an opinion. An agent thinks differently. It might decompose this into: first, identify key specs programmers need. RAM, CPU, display. Second, search current laptop listings in that price range. Third, filter by those specs. Fourth, compare reviews. Fifth, synthesize a recommendation. This task decomposition happens before any action is taken. The most important pattern in agent design is react. Reasoning plus acting. Published by Google and Princeton researchers in 2022, this pattern interleaves thinking and doing. The agent doesn't just plan everything up front and execute blindly. It reasons about what to do next, takes an action, observes the result, then reasons again based on what it learned. This loop continues until the goal is achieved, or the agent determines it can't proceed. It's how humans solve complex problems. Think, try, observe, adjust. Here's what a React trace actually looks like in practice. The agent receives a question, generates a thought about what it needs to do, decides on an action, like calling a search API, receives an observation from that action, thinks about what that observation means, and continues. This structured reasoning is what separates agents from chatbots. The model isn't just generating text, it's generating a reasoning chain that drives real-world actions. A chatbot can only talk. An agent can do. This is enabled by tool use, giving the LLM access to external functions it can call. These tools might be APIs, weather data, stock prices, flight bookings. They might be code execution environments. They might be databases or search engines. The agent decides when to use a tool, what arguments to pass, and how to interpret the results. This is the capability that transforms language models from knowledge retrievers into action takers. Modern LLM APIs support function calling natively. You define your tools as JSON schemas, send them alongside your prompt, and the model returns structured JSON when it wants to invoke a tool. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, they all support this pattern now. The model doesn't actually execute the function, it returns the function name and arguments. Your code executes the function, gets the result, and sends it back to the model. This loop continues until the model responds without a function call. Chatbots have short-term memory. They remember the current conversation. Agents need more. They need working memory to track their current plan and progress. They need episodic memory to recall past interactions with this user. They need semantic memory to access relevant knowledge. A sophisticated agent might use a vector database to store and retrieve past experiences, allowing it to learn from previous tasks and remember user preferences across sessions. Here's how vector memory actually works. When the agent completes a task or learns something important, that information gets embedded, converted into a high-dimensional vector. This vector gets stored in a database like Pinecone, VV8, or Chroma. When the agent needs relevant context for a new task, it embeds the current query and retrieves the most semantically similar memories. This is how an agent can remember that you prefer window seats or that your company uses React, not Vue. The fourth pillar is reflection, the agent's ability to evaluate its own work. After generating a plan, can the agent critique that plan and improve it? After taking an action, can it assess whether the result matches expectations? This metacognitive ability is what enables self-correction. Without reflection, agents fail at the first unexpected obstacle. With reflection, they adapt. Some architectures even use separate LLM calls specifically for critique. One model generates, another evaluates. Let's make the architectural difference crystal clear. A chatbot is essentially receive message, maybe retrieve some context from a knowledge base, construct a prompt, call the LLM, return the response. One pass, no decisions about what to do next. No external actions beyond the response. The entire intelligence lives in that single LLM call. This is perfectly fine for FAQ bots, customer support, or any scenario where generating a response is the entire job. An agent architecture is fundamentally different. It's a loop, not a pipeline. The agent receives a goal, enters a reasoning cycle, and keeps iterating until the goal is achieved or it fails. Each iteration involves observe current state, think about what to do next, select and execute an action, evaluate the result. The orchestration logic, deciding when to use tools, when to reflect, when to ask for help, lives outside the LLM. The LLM is one component in a larger system. Let's trace through a concrete example. You tell an agent, schedule a meeting with Priya next Tuesday at 3 p.m. about the Q4 roadmap. A chatbot would say, I can't access your calendar, but here's how you could do it. An agent thinks, I need to check if Tuesday 3 p.m. is free. Find Priya's email, create a calendar event, send an invitation, and confirm. It calls the calendar API, searches contacts, creates the event, triggers the email, and reports back. Multiple tools, multiple steps, one goal. So when do you actually need an agent versus a chatbot? Use a chatbot when the task is single turn, answering questions, generating content, having a conversation. Use an agent when the task is multi-step, requires external actions, or needs to adapt based on intermediate results. Customer support FAQ, chatbot, booking a complete travel itinerary, agent code explanation, chatbot, autonomous code review that opens pull requests, agent, match the tool to the task. Here's the nuance most explanations miss. It's not binary. There's a spectrum of agency. A basic chatbot has zero agency. Add retrieval augmented generation, and you have a slightly agentic system that decides what to retrieve. Add tool use, and you're more agentic. Add planning and reflection, and you have a full agent. Add multi-agent collaboration, and you've got an agentic system. Most production applications sit somewhere in the middle. They have some agentic capabilities without being fully autonomous agents. You now understand the fundamental difference between chatbots and agents. You know the 4 pillars: planning, tool use, memory, and reflection. You understand the react pattern and how agents iterate toward goals. But understanding is just the first step. In the next video, we'll get hands-on. You'll build your first AI agent using langchain, complete with tool calling and memory. We'll go from theory to working code. The link is in the description. Let's recap what you learned today. First, agents have agency. They pursue goals through planning, acting, and adapting, while chatbots simply respond to individual messages. Second, the 4 pillars of agents are planning, tool use, memory, and reflection. Each one adds capabilities that chatbots lack. Third, the react pattern, reasoning plus acting, is the core loop that makes agents work, interleaving thinking and doing until the goal is achieved. In the next video, we'll build an actual agent from scratch using langchain. You'll implement tool calling, add memory, and see the react loop in action. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And drop a comment below. What's one task you'd love an AI agent to handle for you? I read every comment. See you in the next one.